Dr. Metzler came to the Budget Committee, and he did a very good job of causing us to believe that the closing of Sandown Central was strategically the right initiative. I asked Dr. Metzler if he was proposing the closing of the school simply as a reaction to the downward pressure on the budget, and he assured us that that was not the case. He assured us that the savings that would come from closing the redundant Sandown Central would give the school system the opportunity to spend more funds on other programs and initiatives. He also assured us that the school committee had, the consensus of the school committee was that that Sandown Central should be closed. I didn't understand, if the school board's consensus was that it should be closed, why the school board put this Article 4 in. I know we're talking about 11. And I was told that because the school board wants to put the decision in the hands of the voters. Okay, I understand that. But I think you have to go the rest of the way. I think the voters would like to make informed decisions. I heard Mrs. Sherman say at a school board meeting that there was a lot of anxiety in the region regarding this closing. I think a lot of the reason behind that anxiety is the lack of information that has been disseminated. So, if I could be presumptuous enough to consult with you, it would be that sometime between now and the vote, you should put out some documented brief that gives the voters the economic and logistic considerations that you took into account to rationalize the closing. Because wouldn't it be a shame to spend $416,000 on a kitchen to keep a white elephant open that costs us $744,000 a year every year? And that decision gets made because the voters don't understand the thought process that the school board has employed to make the decision not to recommend this article. I think the voters need information.
Thank you, Mr. Cantone. Mrs. Green.
Thank you. I'd like to correct something that Dr. Metzler said. He said that the school board was given a study that fulfilled the policy requirements. In my opinion, that is not correct. The retirement of facilities policy has 8 requirements, and by my count, we didn't get at least 3 of them. One of them being alternate use of the building, transportation factors, adequacy of site, location, traffic patterns, and other environmental conditions. There's a lot of information the school board has not yet been presented with concerning the potential closure of the school. And I agree with Mr. Cantone that the public certainly should be given a very complete and thoughtful report before a community school of such renown and excellence is closed. And as for the population projections, Sandown elementary school population is going to be larger than it is now in 8 years. In 2023, the population is projected to be higher than it is right now. The district's population continues to decline, but Sandown's elementary population will start to increase.
Thank you. Any other further discussion? Yes, Dr. Metzler.
Just a point of clarification. You know, the retirement of a facility is the potential closing of it completely. It does not mean that the district will not have additional use for that facility, and that's a school board decision. So the school board will be deciding, and again, will be providing the direction. They have all the information that they need to move 2 grades, 137 students, which is really more like 65, and the question really was, can they fit? Just a question, can they fit? We researched it with the principals and the administrative staff, and they said the answer to that question is yes, we could do it. We'd be at about 90% capacity at Sandown North. It's not ideal, but it can be done. Again, school board decision. And then the school board will decide what to do with that facility if it has additional use for the district, like preschool, which would be a majority, and potentially part of kindergarten, which would be a majority of Sandown students. So it would still be a Sandown school, but there's a whole list of things for the school board to decide, and what they're looking for is input from the voters. That's what they're hoping that they can do through several of these warrant articles, and that will help drive the board's work into March and April, and then we can decide as a community, as a cooperative school district, not as one person telling everyone else what to do, but a cooperative school district, local control, what is the best we can do for our kids in our 4 towns. Thank you.
Thank you. There be no further discussion on this. Article 11 is going to be placed on, if you have something new, go ahead.
Melissa Coombs from Sandown again. I just want to understand, as far as the budget goes, from my understanding, you're going off of a 3-year-old budget in order to merge the schools and what that would affect. The 25% of Timberlane is coming from Sandown, and because we have the excellent schools we have there, that is coming into Timberlane, and you're getting excellent grades from that as well. You're, like they said, you're messing with something that is really working well with us. Why not work on the other schools and changing that to smaller class sizes and making those schools better?
Okay, I'm gonna recognize Jason, Josh. Jason, the other one.
I'll go by anything at this point. So I just wanted to clarify that if Article 11 and Article 4 are both defeated, that we cannot open or remain, that Sandown Central cannot remain open.
Doctor, somebody understand that question?
I can rephrase it for you. If both Article 11 and Article 4 are defeated, can Sandown Central remain open?
The answer is no. There's a law that bars the transfer of appropriations to a purpose that has been defeated by the body. So if a purpose in a separate warrant article is defeated, it's the so-called no means no law. And that law indicates that money cannot be transferred to or expended for a purpose that is defeated by the voters on a separate warrant article. So if both Articles 11 and 4 are defeated, the school board could not keep Sandown Elementary School open.
Well, I just want
Okay.
I want to make this clear that I spoke to a lot of people in Sandown. We're not against closing Sandown Central. We want to see a plan that's accurate. We want to know what's going to happen. We want the time to take to do this right. We have students, from what I understand, the special ed students that are going to be uprooted. The ones that need structure the most are going to be moved, and we don't know where they're going to. We have Sandown North, who you're going to add another 70 to 100 students without a sprinkler system or a big enough playground, which I know that's going to be on the article as well. There's a lot of issues and a lot of questions we don't have answers to, and we want the time to have it done right.
Thank you.
That's all we're asking.
With nothing new being added,